What is poppin', YouTube world and my fellow subscribers? My name is Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice because that is my nickname. I appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you're rocking with your boys. Subscribe to this channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos on here weekly. I post every single day if I can, and start on post notifications too, so you do not miss a single one of those videos that I post. It's on your right, you guys. Listen, I know there's a lot of hype behind the Los Angeles Lakers this year. I know there's a lot of Los Angeles Laker bandwagon fans out there. I know Lakers Nation is big and proud this year. They say, oh, we got Anthony Davis, LeBron James is coming back, we got Kyle Kuzma, we got Dwight Howard now, we got a squad. And I gotta admit, you guys do have a squad, you really do. But are you the best team in Los Angeles? And I gotta tell you something. No, no, Lakers fans, stop getting over your heads. Stop being way above your heads. Stop being cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You are not, I repeat, yes, you are not the best team in Los Angeles this year. The best team in Los Angeles this year is the Los Angeles Clippers, baby. And again, I'm not even a Clippers fan, so don't come at me saying, oh, you're just a Clippers homer. You're a LA Clippers homer. No, I don't like the Clippers. The Clippers are not my favorite basketball team, okay? So, again, Lakers fans, this is all for all you Laker bandwagon fans out there. This is for you, specifically Fis Vegas. If you are watching this video, Fis Vegas, right now, this video is for you. Your Lakers are not better than the Clippers. I don't want to hear it anymore. Stop getting over your head, okay? I know you're a LeBron James fanboy, but again, I don't want to hear it anymore. By the way, if you are not subscribed to my man Fis Vegas, go subscribe to his channel. It's a lot of great sports content out there. You know, he drops a lot of great sports videos. He's one of the hardest voices in all sports. Subscribe to his channel. A lot of great NBA and NFL content right there, okay? But I'm going to get straight to the point. The Clippers won 48 games last year, and they did not have a superstar player. Now you add to a 48-win team that did not have a superstar last year. Now you add Kawhi Leonard, the reigning defending NBA Finals MVP. Now you add Paul George. Okay, that's one of the scariest duos in all basketball. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is a top 3 player in all basketball right now. Paul George coming off an MVP type season last year. These are 2 of the 5 best defenders in all of basketball, as far as wing defenders go at least. So you mean to tell me a team that won 48 games last year, a team that was better than the Lakers last year, that won 48 games without a superstar, now adds 2 top 10 players in basketball? One arguably might be the best player in basketball right now in Kawhi Leonard, another great player in Paul George, a top 3 MVP candidate last year, a guy that's on the upward trend. This is a team last year in the playoffs that took the Kevin Durant led Golden State Warriors, the team that everyone said was unbeatable, man. This team can't be challenged. No one can challenge them, man. No one can knock this Kevin Durant led Warriors team out. No one can knock them off last year. And what did the Clippers do? Now, they obviously did not knock them off last year, but what did they do? They won 2 games versus that team. They took the Kevin Durant led Golden State Warriors in the playoffs, a healthy KD led Warriors team, 6 games. They gave them the biggest fight last year when Kevin Durant was healthy. We all know that if Kevin Durant was healthy, the Warriors were going to be NBA champions once again. So, I know the Raptors won the championship last year. That's all great. That's sweet. But we all know that the Kevin Durant-led Warriors were nothing to be messed with last year. And the Clippers, without a superstar player, were competing with that team. Took 2 games from that team in the playoffs, okay? So the Clippers were better than the Lakers were last year, and they now add 2 superstar players. Are you kidding me? That's great. And when I look at defensively, I think the Philadelphia 76ers are very good defensively. I think the Utah Jazz are a very good defensive team. But the Los Angeles Clippers are not too far off, guys. They can be the best defensive team in basketball this year. When you have a player like Kawhi Leonard, who's won 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards, we have a guy like Paul George, who's one of the 5 best defenders in all basketball, that can create steals, that can guard every position on the field, on the court, I should say. You got the best defensive point guard in the game at Patrick Beverley, guarding the opposing point guard every single night. In the NBA today, where the point guard position is arguably the most important position on the basketball court, Okay, when the Los Angeles Clippers had the best point guard defender in Patrick Beverley to stop that guy that runs the show for the opposing team every single night, to be on his head, to be in his head, to be scrappy and clawing at him every night. Oh my God. Then you add guys like Montrezl Harrell to the mix. I mean, that can block shots, that can guard and rebound. I mean, the Los Angeles Clippers have the best defensive team arguably in the West, maybe not named the Utah Jazz. They're a top 3 team defensively. They are head and shoulders above the Los Angeles Lakers as far as defense goes this year, okay? The Los Angeles Clippers also have the better head coach. They're the better coach team. Doc Rivers is a better head coach than Frank Vogel. Now I get it. Frank Vogel's not a scrub. He obviously went to the Eastern Conference Finals a couple years ago when, LeBron James was on the Miami Heat. He took them to the wire, took them 6 games multiple times, had LeBron James and the Miami Heat on the ropes. Potentially could have made the NBA Finals if he got past them, if he got over the hump. LeBron James and the Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh were just too much for him. So Frank Vogel, we know he can coach, but he's not an NBA champion. He's not Doc Rivers. And what did Frank Vogel do the last time he was the head coach, okay? Frank Vogel was the head coach of the Orlando Magic a couple years ago, okay, right? For 2 years, the head coach of the Orlando Magic. And what does he do? He wins 29 games in 2016-2017, and he wins 25 games with the Orlando Magic as the head coach the very next year. They got worse in his second season. He ultimately gets fired from that job, and what happens the very next year? The year after Frank Vogel gets fired from the Orlando Magic job, guess what they do? They make the playoffs. What does that tell you about the Lakers head coach? And again, as I said, Frank Vogel, not a terrible head coach, but do not put him on Doc Rivers level. Doc Rivers is a top 5 coach in all of basketball right now. Are we sure Frank Vogel's a top 10 head coach? Are we sure he's a top 15 head coach? To me, he's anywhere from about top 17 to top 15 head coach. He's a middle of the road head coach. He can coach, we know that, but again, a lot of personalities to handle. Anthony Davis, LeBron James. I mean, you gotta coach LeBron James. Is Frank Vogel up to the task to coach LeBron James? Are we sure? I'm not so sure, okay? As far as the fit goes for the team, I think that Paul George and Kawhi Leonard fit into their teams better than Anthony Davis and LeBron James do. Now again, is Anthony Davis and LeBron James the better duo? You betcha. LeBron James is still a top 3 player in all basketball, still might be the best player in basketball. Anthony Davis is one of the 7 or 5 best players in all basketball. He's the best big man in basketball. We know the Los Angeles Lakers are no joke as far as their duo with LeBron James and Anthony Davis goes. But I think that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, it will take them less time to figure it out, okay? And let's not forget, guys, the last time LeBron James played with big men and Kevin Love and Chris Bosh, they kind of were aloof. Chris Bosh turned into a stretch center. He turned into a jump shooting center. He turns into a guy that was shooting threes. Kevin Love never quite got back to the Minnesota level that he was when he played with LeBron James. It's not that LeBron James is not a great player, but big men have a hard time of gelling with LeBron James. LeBron James is always best suited with shooters, okay? Is Anthony Davis going to be pushed out to the three-point line this year? Is he going to be shooting more jumpers? He might be, because that's the indication we've gotten from the past from LeBron James as far as the centers that he's had on his team, the big men he's had on his team. When he's had to work with the centers, when he's had to work with a Chris Bosh, when he's had to work with a Kevin Love, they've turned into stretch big men shooters. They've gone further and further away from the paint, because LeBron James, that's his best strength. Driving to the paint, dunking all over people. When LeBron James is at his best, is when the floor is spaced out. He's a bunch of shooters, okay? Do the Lakers have enough shooters? Well, you got Kyle Kuzma, you got Danny Green, but I don't know if he has enough shooters around him. I don't know. So, I think the Clippers were a better team than the Lakers heading into the season just off of what they did last year. And now you add Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, okay? And listen, I think one of the biggest reasons why Brandon Ingram never reached his full potential as a Los Angeles Laker was because of LeBron James. That's not because LeBron James is not a great player, but LeBron James dominates the ball, okay? He's not a great off-ball player. That's just not his game. Now, LeBron James arguably still the best player in basketball, but again, LeBron James doesn't fit into a system as well as a KD, as well as a Kawhi Leonard, as well as a Paul George. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard don't always need the ball in their hands to be successful. Now, again, are they LeBron James? No. But as far as fitting into a new team with a new system, with a whole new team and squad and a whole new bunch of players, that matters, okay? And then lastly, are we sure that LeBron James is still the best player in basketball? Are we sure? Because the player that's on the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, he's the reigning Finals MVP. LeBron James is in his 17th season, guys. Are we sure LeBron James ain't going to start declining? Because the past 5 years, I'm going to tell you something right now. LeBron James does not, I repeat, he has not played defense for the past 5 seasons. Hasn't played defense at a high level. LeBron James has not even tried on defense. He's no longer an elite defender. Heck, LeBron James at times is not even a serviceable defender. LeBron James, if you ask me, is a below average defender. He doesn't defend anymore. LeBron James is a terrible defender now. He's not good on defense. He doesn't try on defense anymore. You mean to tell me Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James are comparable anymore on defense? Are you kidding me? Kawhi Leonard's a way better wing defender than LeBron James. This is a guy in Kawhi Leonard that took Giannis Antetokounmpo, the reigning league MVP, out of the game in the playoffs when the odds were stacked against him, when he had an inferior team. He took Giannis Antetokounmpo out of the game. Kawhi Leonard was averaging over 30 points per game in the playoffs. Is LeBron James the same player we know and love? Is he that same guy anymore in his 17th season? Are we sure the mileage isn't going to catch up to LeBron James anymore? Because I'm going to tell you something right now. Kawhi Leonard, he's smack dead in the middle of his prime. LeBron James is closer to the back end than the front end of his prime. LeBron James is I'm not going to say he's going to decline this year, but I don't know if LeBron James is the best player anymore. I think Kawhi Leonard is the better defender today. I think he's just as good of a scorer. I think he's just as good of a rebounder. And I think that he has more juice to his game. Kawhi Leonard is more energetic right now. He has more juice to his game. He's a younger, faster, and better, more athletic player right now at this point in his career than LeBron James. This is nothing to take away from LeBron James' greatness. We know LeBron James has been arguably the best player in basketball for the last 8 to 10 years. Obviously, Kevin Durant may have something to say about that. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard has had something to say about this the past couple 3 seasons. But again, we're on the path as far as LeBron James goes. What did LeBron James do last year when he returned? When LeBron James said, "Oh, I'm going to zero dark 30 mode. I'm going into playoff LeBron James mode." He missed the playoffs. LeBron James, for the first time in his career last year, was hurt, was on the deck, had a groin injury, couldn't come back. Wasn't the same player when he came back. Are we sure LeBron James is the same player coming back this year? Are we sure? Look, right now, I'm going to be honest with you. I am taking Kawhi Leonard over LeBron James right now, today. If I had to start a team, I'm taking Kawhi Leonard because he's the better defender. He's the younger player. He's more smack dead in the middle of his prime. He has more juice to his game. Kawhi Leonard has caught up to LeBron James offensively. Are we sure LeBron James is going to be the same player this past decade he's been? I don't know. In his 17th season, with all that mileage on his body, I don't know. So again, I'm sorry, Lakers fans, to bust your bubble. I'm sorry to cut it to you, but you are not better than the Clippers. The Clippers are the best team in LA. If I had to bet money, if the Clippers and Lakers were to meet in the playoffs, they will beat the Los Angeles Lakers. Kawhi Leonard will be better than LeBron James. I firmly believe that, you guys. So that's where I'm at with the Clippers. I like Zubac. I like Kawhi Leonard. I love Paul George. I love Patrick Beverly. I love Lou Williams, Mr. Six Man himself. And to me, the Clippers are just better than the Lakers. Point blank, period. Accept it, Lakers fans. Accept it. Get over your heads. It's over for you guys. Be sure to comment where you agree with me and disagree with me. Let me hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? Or potentially if it doesn't, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, get other people hip to this channel, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God bless day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.